Hi, I'm Luke, the cricket guy, and today I'll be doing the player ratings for the second test between Australia and India, played at the Adelaide Oval. Nathan McSweeney may have had some luck, but applied himself well at the top of the order, in particular in the tricky night conditions of day one. His technique is still a concern, but he has definitely earned his spot for the third test. Usman Khawaja's career looks to be coming to an end. Poor footwork and poor fielding indicative of a player in decline. The Brisbane Test may be his last chance. Marnus Labuschagne was on his last chance, but worked hard for a crucial half century. His innings was full of Labo grit and helped create Australia's commanding position. Steve Smith again went cheaply in innocuous fashion and looks to also be on borrowed time. His slip catching at least was strong. Travis Head's man of the match innings was a joy to watch, throwing caution to the wind and obliterating a tiring Indian side. He slayed the visitors to all parts of the ground, with his takedown of Ashwin and Rana a sight to behold. Mitch Marsh looked unfit and disinterested in a very disappointing test where he bizarrely gave himself out. If his fitness doesn't improve, then Bo Webster looks a better option next test. Alex Carey did enough without excelling, tidying up his keeping without starring with the bat. He still has work to do to keep Josh Ingles out of the team. Pat Cummins was back to his best, full of venom and pace that the Indians just couldn't handle. His dismissals of Pant in the first and Rahul in the second was great brutal bowling, but clean bowling Rohit Sharma was the skipper at his finest. Mitch Starc was unlucky not to share man of the match honours with a breathtaking display of fast bowling. From the very first ball of the test, Starc was on the money with the dismissal of Jaiswal. His ability to blast out set batsmen was impressive, typified by the ball of the test, a perfect in-swinger to take out the in-form Gill. A perfect test from Starc, and possibly his best ever. Scott Boland was, well, Scott Boland, on the mark from his first ball and never relenting. A no ball and dropped catch may have cost him in the first innings, but the Indians found him almost impossible to defend, simply swinging hard and hoping for the best. He'll be unlucky if he loses his spot to Hazelwood for the next test. Nathan Lyon was surplus to requirement, so doesn't receive a rating for this test. Overall, it was a great performance from the Australians. The pace bowlers leading the way with a near perfect display, while the top order and Travis Head backed them up with some quality batting. Yashavi Jaiswal couldn't back up his heroics in the first test, unable to cash in on a good start in the second innings after copping a beauty first ball from Starc in the first. Expect him to bounce back quickly in the third test. KL Rahul had luck but disappointingly couldn't cash in, twice out to short pitch bowling. The Indians will need him back in form in Brisbane. Shubman Gill was the best of India's recognised batsmen, scoring at a brisk rate and only being undone by high quality bowling, including a nigh unplayable ball from Starc in the second innings. Virat Kohli's woes with the bat resumed, twice out prodding at balls in timid fashion. Like Smith, his best days seem behind him. Rishabh Pant again displayed some great aggression in his batting, but looked all at sea when trying to defend. His keeping was poor, a drop catch of McSweeney proving costly for his side. Rohit Sharma looked out of his depth with the Australian bowlers all over the Indian skipper. Another quality batter in decline, he desperately needs runs in Brisbane. Nitish Kumar Reddy again showed why he's the future of Indian cricket, with two excellent knocks and some decent bowling to boot. A move up the order to better utilise his form may be worth consideration. Ravi Ashwin was solid and a little unlucky with the ball, but did lose the battle with Travis Head. He may struggle to keep his spot in front of Jadeja and Washington Sundar for the next test. Harshit Rana couldn't back up his strong Perth performance in Adelaide, proving both expensive and unthreatening to the Aussie bats. He will need to bounce back quickly if the Indians are to be a chance this series. Jasprit Bumrah was again superb, bowling his heart out despite not being supported by his fellow bowlers or fielders. A niggling groin strain will be a real worry for the tourists, as they simply can't win without him. Mohammad Siraj became public enemy number one after a ridiculous and completely unnecessary send off of Travis Head. To his credit, he bounced back from a poor start to his bowling to at least clean up the tail. It was a disappointing effort from India, who lacked depth in their bowling and application in their batting. Reddy and Bumrah aside, the tourists will feel they fell well below their usual high standards.